Here are a couple of New England style IPAs. I have New Belgium Brewing from Fort Collins, Colorado. This is a New England style IPA with 7.5 ABV. I saw this one in the liquor store, thinking it was American. It's also a New England style IPA with 4.2 ABV, and this is from Scotland. Ellon, Scotland, E-L-L-O-N. Ellon, I don't know how to pronounce it correctly. So I was surprised to see that this is from Scotland, and I'm glad. Now, IPA, New England style IPA is light and dry hopped. They focus on aroma, hoppy aroma, and no bitterness. They also tend to be juicy and tropical with oats and wheat. There's no way that I'll be able to do this blindfolded because that foam for the Voodoo Ranger is going to give it away. I've had this before and I enjoyed it. Once or twice I've had it before. But I don't think that I've had this. I'm looking forward to trying it. Now, both these beers are going to have citrusy flavors, tropical flavors, where they've listed, or some reviewers have said that this has flavors of pineapple and mango and grapefruit, tangerine. Well, that's this one. And caramel. So pineapple flavors, mango flavors, tangerine flavors, caramel, wheat, and oats. Now, this one just listed as tropical flavors, mild pine flavor, and not much bitterness. But there'll also be sweet, I believe. Oh, I forgot to write down what the beer advocate scores for each of these are. I think if I recall, this one's scored 89, but I forgot to write down the score from Voodoo Ranger Hazy, Juicy Hazy IPA. So 89 is considered very good. I'll try this one first. This has some tropical fruit type flavors in there. Not really detecting pine. It's a very smooth finish. A little, there's a kind of a fruity aftertaste you get with this, but it's not a very carbonated aftertaste, although there is carbonation up front. It's good. It's something that you could probably drink a lot of if you're out and about at a bar or something. It's not very bitter at all. It's kind of like a fruit punch, a tropical fruit punch. Is there grapefruit in there? Could be. A hint of it. This one is more sour. Has some tropical sourness to it, more than this one. It's weak on the finish, like this one. But there is more lingering sour aftertaste. I would say that this one has more pine flavor than this one. But yeah, there is a tropical fruit mix type of flavor in here. Hard to say if any individual fruits I pick out and identify. Pineapple, perhaps. Let's see. Yeah, I would say there's a bit of pineapple. Mango, yeah. Tangerine. What about caramel? They're both supposed to have some caramel flavor. But I'm not really picking that up. So, the main difference between these two is the sourness of this one, this tanginess. I mean, they're both tangy, but this one has a bit more strength in its pungent flavor. A bit more of a chemical taste, if you can imagine what that is. It's because of that prominent flavor that is quite detectable between the two that this one has, is what I don't like as much about this one as I do this one. I could say they both have maybe a bit of sour orange to them, but this one's up a couple of notches compared to this one. Yeah, I would say a good sour pineapple juice or maybe a sour orange juice is what this one is more like in flavor than this one. Or this one is more like a tropical fruit punch. Maybe straight lemon juice. You could describe that flavor. But if you could try to imagine what I'm talking about here, try to imagine lemon juice, you know how that tastes? It's really sour. So think of this one as having that type of sourness, but not necessarily so much lemon flavor, but rather maybe a pineapple flavor or mango flavor with that lemon juice sourness to it. So it's tough to describe, tough to choose words that will adequately represent these. Now, on the one hand, when I follow up this with this, it's kind of boring. Because here I just had a taste of something strong with a very sharp flavor to it. And then I followed up with this, and it's kind of weak in comparison. Yeah, well, you know, when you drink lemon juice, you do this. And you get a bit of that with this one, but not so much with this one. So, it's interesting. An IPA from Scotland. So here's what the can looks like. It says, "Embrace the opaque." BrewDog Hazy Jane. brewed in Ohio. Huh. So, is this Scottish? Did I look up the wrong beer? I looked up on Beer Advocate, looked up BrewDog, I looked up Hazy Jane. They have a bunch of Hazy Janes, and this is just a plain Hazy Jane. There was Hazy Jane with certain flavors associated with them. This was just a plain Hazy Jane. And it said that it came from a brewery in Scotland. Ellon, E-L-L-O-N, Elon. And forgive me if I'm not pronouncing that correctly. I mean no disrespect or anything like that. I'm just ignorant, okay? You gotta excuse my ignorance because I don't know how they pronounce it there in Scotland. And I would be interested in knowing if you are familiar with this. If you are from Scotland, do they have this in Scotland? Especially if you're from the Elon area. Elon, I don't know. But if I was just to look at that word and pronounce it in English pronunciations or American English, it looks like Ellon, E-L-L-O-N, Ellon. So this one of the reasons I compared it against this one is because New Belgium brews are quite common in the U.S. I have seen Voodoo Ranger in different cities in different parts of the U.S. So I think it's pretty readily available. And I like to do comparisons where at least one beer is not a mystery to the majority of my viewers, which are probably in the U.S. So I have to wonder, though. It says brewed in Ohio. And I thought this was I saw a BrewDog before in the stores. And I can't remember if I ever bought any. But I assume that they were an American or a U.S.-based brewery. Brewed, Ohio, drink by passion and united by BrewDog. So I have to wonder if this is some kind of collaboration. And I have to wonder why Beer Advocate site is where I usually get my information regarding these beers. If it's brewed in Ohio, maybe it's just a Scottish-owned brewery. I don't know. Maybe somebody can make a comment and correct me. I love to be corrected, okay? Because last thing I want to do is give false information. And so when I give information, I'm going to make sure that the information that I give is either my opinion, or that I've read it somewhere, or that I've heard it somewhere, or I'll give the source of my information. In this case, it's beeradvocate.com. But I'm still having doubts. So it'll be interesting to hear what the experts have to say. I'm not a beer connoisseur. I don't claim to be a beer connoisseur. I'm not even a beer expert. I don't claim to be an expert. I just find different beers interesting, and I like to put them up side by side and see which one's better, to see how they compare. Geez, we're going on 14 minutes here so far. So this video is getting kind of long by me rambling. On the one hand, I like the strength of the flavor of this. On the other hand, the lemony sourness I don't like that much. So I'm kind of torn on which one I would pick. But as with all of my beer reviews, it's completely subjective. It depends on my mood, depends on other factors, such as how I'm feeling, which is my mood. Which one would I like to have another one of? I have to wonder, though, if I was to drink more of these, I might maybe get a taste for that lemon juice sourness that this has. And see, this one, when you drink this, after drinking this one, it just seems plain. It seems boring. It seems lacking. Whereas this one had something to it. And you could tell that I'm leaning towards this one. So I've got a 6-pack. Well, I bought a 6-pack. I have 5 each left of these. And my opinion might change after I finish these beers off. Because this, I didn't like gin too much when I first started drinking it, but now I've got a taste for it. I like gin quite a bit. So it could be the same with this, this lemon juice type sourness. I might get a taste for it. I don't know. But if I was going to go grab another beer right now, I'd grab one of these. And I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to call it for this one. I'm going to give this one the win. But, it could go either way. It's really a toss-up. And my decision, even though I gave reasoning behind it, is kind of arbitrary. Because after I drink some more of these, I might come back and say, nah, I can't take any more of that beer. It's, that sourness has worn on me. And I don't like it anymore. And I've done that with other beers. Particularly certain adjunct lagers where the first time I tasted them, they were okay. And I didn't think they were that bad. But the more I drank of them, the more I started to dislike them. And it could be the case, with either one of these beers, but it might be the case with this one more likely. I'll either acquire a taste for this, or I will acquire a dislike for it. So, will I give an update? I don't know. Because generally speaking, I don't think about past beer reviews that I've done when I'm looking for it to do another one in the future. But maybe I will. I don't know. We'll see. You'll just have to watch my channel and see if I do another comparison. Maybe I'll do this one with another IPA. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll find another New England IPA and I'll compare it with this one, if I can remember. Thank you so much for watching.